Once upon a time, somewhere beyond the horizons of our world, nestled amongst the clouds and the stars, floated a magnificent city. Its towers scraped the sky, its spires kissed the clouds, and its very existence was a testament to the ingenuity of its people. This was the Sky Citadel, a refuge of magic and wonder, a place where the sun never set and the moon never waned. But like all fairy tales, this one, too, began with a journey into the forbidden depths. For deep within the citadel's core lay a truth so profound that it threatened to shatter the very foundations of their world. And it all started with a young woman named Belle. She wasn't your typical princess. Oh no, she was far too spirited for that. With a thirst for adventure and a heart full of curiosity, she yearned to explore the world that lay below the clouds. But her yearning was met with cautionary tales of a perilous world untouched by magic, shrouded in eternal darkness and ruled by fearsome beasts. Belle's spirit, however, could not be contained. She dreamed of a world beyond the safety of the Sky City, a world full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Her mind was a labyrinth of inventions, each more spectacular than the last, from self-lighting lanterns to mechanical birds that mimicked the flight of real ones. Her latest project, a hot air balloon, represented her greatest dream, a way to touch the face of the sun and feel the wind beneath her wings. Of course, her father, the king, worried for his daughter's safety. He had seen the dark world below, and he knew the dangers that lurked there. Still, he couldn't deny the fire in his daughter's eyes, the embodiment of her indomitable spirit. So he devised a plan. He would build Belle a suit of enchanted armor, an ethereal silver shield that would reflect any harm and protect her from the shadows below. And so armed, Belle set off on her journey. But fate, it seems, had other plans. For as Belle ventured forth, her balloon was caught in a sudden storm and swept away from the known world and into the churning maelstrom of the clouds. And there, amidst the swirling gray, she saw him. A magnificent yet terrifying creature with wings like a tempest and eyes like molten gold. In that moment, fear turned to fascination as Belle realized she wasn't just witnessing a beast. She was seeing magic brought to life. The beast, however, was none too pleased with this unexpected visitor. He was the last of his kind, a celestial guardian tasked with protecting the ancient energy core that powered the Sky City. But now his sanctuary was breached, his solitude disturbed. Yet, as he looked into Belle's wide, innocent eyes, something stirred within him, a forgotten echo of his former compassion. Belle, in turn, saw not a monster, but a lonely sentinel bound by duty. Their first moments together were a clash of emotions, a tense dance between fear and intrigue. Belle, though frightened, stood firm, her spirit unbroken. The beast, torn between his duty and a burgeoning empathy, found himself inexplicably drawn to this intrepid visitor from the world above. As the storm raged outside, they talked. Belle learned of the beast's tragic past, how he was once a revered protector, until a terrible betrayal forced him into hiding. The beast, in turn, discovered a kindred spirit in Belle, a young inventor, as passionate and determined as he once was. But their conversation was interrupted by a sudden tremor. The energy core, the lifeblood of the Sky City, was in peril. Belle, seeing the urgency in the beast's eyes, knew she had to help. Despite the danger, she offered herself as a hostage, pledging to stay with the beast until the core was repaired. And so began an adventure that neither of them could have ever imagined. They journeyed through floating gardens, tended by robotic bees, navigated treacherous storm clouds patrolled by lightning sprites, and explored ancient sky ruins guarded by clockwork sentries. All the while, Belle and the beast grew closer, their bond deepening with each passing moment. But their progress was not without peril. Mechanical spiders spun webs of steel to ensnare them. Clockwork knights challenged them to duels of wit and strength, and the specter of the core's imminent collapse loomed over them like a dark cloud. Through it all, Belle's spirit remained unbroken. She used her knowledge of machinery to help repair the core. Her optimism and kindness touched the hearts of the enslaved automatons, many of whom had lost their way. The beast, inspired by Belle's spirit, rediscovered the compassion that had been buried under layers of pain and anger. His golden heart, once frozen by sorrow, began to thaw, stirred by the warmth of Belle's friendship. As the story reached its climax, the true extent of the villain's treachery was revealed. It wasn't just the Sky City that was in danger, but the entire world. The villain had unleashed a force that threatened to consume everything in darkness, a threat so dire that it required the combined power of Belle and the beast. In a final, breathtaking confrontation, they faced the embodiment of darkness itself. The beast, drawing on the strength of his celestial heritage, fought with the fury of a tempest. Belle, wielding the power of friendship and love, unlocked the full potential of her armor, turning it into a beacon of hope that banished the encroaching darkness. In the aftermath, as the first rays of dawn touched the horizon, the Sky City was restored. The gears of its ancient machinery hummed back to life, bathing the citadel in the warm glow of its revitalized energy. The beast, freed from his self-imposed exile, reclaimed his place as the protector of the city, his heart no longer burdened by his past. And then there was Belle. She returned home a hero, her spirit having soared to new heights during her adventures. She had proven that courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Their journey had been one of self-discovery, of facing one's fears and embracing the unknown. Belle learned that true beauty lay not in physical appearance, but in the courage to explore the world and the kindness to understand its creatures. The beast discovered that love and compassion could heal even the most wounded of hearts, and that duty and empathy were not mutually exclusive, but often intertwined. As the tale reached its end, the floating city of Encanto shone brighter than ever before. Its people, inspired by Belle and the beast's bravery, began to venture out from their sheltered lives, eager to explore the world that lay beyond their city walls. And so the legend of Belle, the Sky Princess, and the Celestial Guardian, the Beast, became a tale whispered on the winds, a story that taught the importance of embracing the unknown, of understanding the misunderstood, and of the transformative power of love and friendship.